What's up, Brunswick County? Today on Brunswick Biz, we're in Charlotte at the Academy of Coastal Carolina. Then we'll meet with the Designing Girls and Company. Finally, we'll head to Holden Beach to visit Summerlin Farms and Produce. So stay with us. This is Brunswick Biz, connecting Brunswick County one business at a time. I'm in Charlotte at the Academy of Coastal Carolina. I'm with Terry Cox, and she is the head of school here. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for being here. We're delighted.
Okay, so the Academy of Coastal Carolina is a private Christian school.
Yes.
It's located here in Charlotte. Tell us the history of the school and how it was started.
Okay. About 10 years ago, there was a group of people that met at the Red Apple building just across the road that wanted to investigate and look into the possibilities of coming together and forming a private school. And myself and 3 individuals got together. We hosted this event and we unveiled the vision that we had. And the vision was to have a top-rated private school that could house students from kindergarten to 12th grade. We're going into our 10th year. This coming fall of 16 will be our 10-year anniversary.
All right. Walk us through a typical day of school here. Is it different by grade? Does the elementary school kids have a different schedule than the high school kids and middle school kids?
Okay. We start our day with all of our students go to chapel first, and I think I took you guys down to see our really cool chapel. And we start there, the whole school, all the students from kindergarten all the way through the 12th grade, as well as our preschool. After that, it's about a 15-minute chapel, and then they go into their various parts of the school. We have it divided up with the early childhood department, elementary ed, and then the upper level go into the different parts of the building with their instructors and with their teachers. Okay,
when does the school day end and begin? Is it like a typical
public
school time schedule?
It is. We start at 7:50. And the school day ends at 2:30, and we also have an after-school homework assistant program.
Okay, so if children need some after-school help and tutoring, that is available.
Yes.
Terry, what sets the Academy of Coastal Carolina apart from public school, and why would somebody choose to send their child here for education?
That's a great question. Many reasons. One reason is we're able to look at each individual child. We're able to meet them where they are, and we have a staff where the ratio is 4 to 1 with a very highly qualified professional staff. We are able to use multi-sensory teaching, which means that we can use activities that they can feel, touch, sense, and it's like every year is every class is kindergarten, where you get to go in and really experience it. It's just an experiential learning process. We also have a lot of passion for what we do. What sets us apart is the time that we can spend with that individual child and get to know them inside and out. And if you spend time around the school, you'll see that and sense that. A lot of passion, and we're able to be creative with the process of each child. We're also able to use the latest technology, which really enhances our program. We have the latest software, the bells and whistles of the technology that's been used now in the school systems that has kind of helped us to even go beyond what we initially started to do. It's a great time to be in education.
Right.
And I tell the students, we really work on character education and teaching them and helping them to understand that to take the lid off where they can grow and be. And hopefully they will buy into that they can be exactly what God created them to be. And we try to help provide those tools for them through a loving, supportive staff.
And I know that art is another big thing that you do here to help children learn.
Yes.
Touch on that, and what do you do in the arts?
Okay. We have a great fine arts program with, we have an art teacher where they're doing different types of art from chalk drawing to acrylic paint, pottery. We also, to enhance our fine arts program, we participate with dramas, musicals. We have kinder education, kinder music with a certified kinder music teacher, as well as art appreciation as one of our electives for our high school program. And we find that marrying art, fine arts, really also it's been proven that it helps with science and math skills. And so we spend a lot of time in that.
I know there are a lot of parents out there that really want to send their children to get a private school education, but their children maybe want to do sports. And I know that you were telling me that you all have really poured a lot into an athletic program and are really developing that. So tell us a bit about that.
Okay, that's really exciting.
Yes.
That has been a dream since day one. As a person who loves sports and gets pretty fired up about it, we felt like this was the next step. We want to grow to the next phase of the academy. Again, we've been 10 years. We're developing who we are as a school, and again, who we are as a school looks at that individual child, but we also now want to stretch out beyond and help them to have the opportunity to experience team sports as well as club sports. Some of the sports that we've had this year, we've been very competitive, is archery. And hopefully you guys will get to see some of that before you leave.
We were able to see them
our
do that today.
Yes,
okay.
Yeah, we're excited about that. We also had boys and girls basketball this past year. We were able to compete with schools from Wilmington, Whiteville, the North Myrtle Beach area. It was so exciting. The parents got behind it. It was just great. It went beyond what we even imagined. Cross country, again, we were very competitive in cross country. And we're going to introduce our first golf team at the end of this school year.
It's big around here.
It is big around here. And this is the first year. This is the first year, and it's exceeded our expectations.
Oh yeah, I think that for somebody who has a child who's very young, 3, 4 years old, that is looking to to see the next step for education in the elementary years, athletics is something they're considering. And it also brings me to another thing I'd like to ask you. For a parent who has a child of that age and they're looking to get their child started with school, where does the Academy of Coastal Carolina see where they're going to be come 10 years from now?
That's a really good
Because
question.
they're going to think if you have your child here from age 5 on up, where are you going to be while they're in middle school and so forth? Right.
Those without a vision will perish. So that is part of our vision, is to expand our program. And in several ways that we've expanded is starting with the 3-year-old program. That was quite a need. And so we have a very healthy 3-year-old program that started this year. We're going to expand that. And then we want to grow with those families, because that's one of the questions when they call. They say, well, what do we do when it hits middle school? What do we do when we get into high school? So we've got the right team together now. We've got a team that we can really, with the staff, with our board of directors, we're operated by a board of directors. They know that Brunswick County is in great need of an alternative. So we're looking to the future of having our own campus, starting with a building campaign for the future.
Okay.
We've been able to grow here at this current location. It's been wonderful. But the vision has been and remains to have our own campus where we can have the sports fields and eventually, absolutely, and eventually get into football. I mean, the sky's the limit, because and that's what we want to do. And it started small, but we've been able to determine who we are, and with that, we've got the visions pretty clear.
I also want to ask you about high school. That's another thing that you have here. It's not just elementary, but also middle and high school.
Right.
It's a teacher-led high school. What does that mean?
Well, it's teacher-led and technology-based.
Okay.
We have been able to have this high school program because of the use of technology, but also we have certified, qualified teachers that can teach certain subject matter. Yes. So we have a teacher-led math class, science class. We also have a teacher-led Bible history class, music appreciation class, but the way we're able to meet those high school students where they are, if a student needed to have an accelerated class or an advanced level class, then we're able to use the gift of technology and some of the online learning, which they're even doing that in colleges right now, that they're getting a dose of what a college situation is going to be like. But you have a teacher, a qualified, certified teacher that is working side by side with them, but we're able to use some of the great resources with technology out there to make sure they're getting the coursework so they don't get behind. They can be college ready.
All right. Terry, thank you so much for joining us today. Before we leave, I'd like to get your contact information here at the Academy of Coastal Carolina, website and phone number and all that. Okay.
Our website is www.theacademyedu.com. And our phone number is 910-754-9637. And we're located at Calvary Baptist Church.
Okay, so that's on Village Road.
Village Road.
In Charlotte?
Yes.
Okay, so right near past Food Line and across from the Red Apple Building.
That's right, and right beside Briarwood Golf Board.
Okay, okay, Terry Cox, thank you so much for joining us. It's a pleasure meeting with you here today.
Thank you.
I'm with Sandy Pickett and Rose Ann Hardy, and they are with the Designing Girls and Company, which is a new service business you've started here in Brunswick County. So welcome to Brunswick Biz.
Thank you.
All right.
for having us.
So tell us about the Designing Girls and Company and why you decided to start this business.
Well, I recently moved back to the area, and so I needed something to do, and this has always been special to my heart. So I realized that in today's economy, a lot of people cannot or do not feel that they can afford to redo or redecorate their homes or businesses. So what we focus on mainly is going into a residence or a business. We do commercial as well, and we actually utilize things that the people already own, and we reinvent them to use them a different way in different venues to just refresh and renew the whole, a whole house or room or whatever, you please.
Okay, so tell us about how you and Sandy kind of got together and
well, that's easy. We grew up together.
Okay,
We're cousins. We grew up together, and I studied design years ago, and I'd keep studying a little bit, and then I'd go back and I would study some more. And Sandy studied at in New York School of Design.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have some experience.
Have some
That's
experience.
Good. Okay, so it's a bit different than the typical design company where you seem to go in and like what you see on TV, people go and they just strip the whole house full and redo it. So tell us about the first thing that you would do when you meet with a client.
Is listen to what they have to say about their lifestyles, their preferences, what makes them comfortable. We can go in. That's one thing about using what they already own. People have collected things. Some things have been given to them. They didn't mean to collect them, but they have things in their homes that they love. And you need to still incorporate that when you're redoing a home, whether you replace everything or not. So in listening to them, you need to know what their needs are. So that's the most important thing initially to do.
Okay, so once you've met with them, what would be the next step in the process? Would you come in and at that point you kind of take a look at what they have and everything?
We do. It would be a consultation, where we sit down and we ask them questions, and then we actually go through a consultation with them. We can do a layout of our ideas, or we can just discuss it. Sometimes they might want to just start with one room, or they might want you to do the whole house. But actually what we do is we don't just rearrange the room. We pull from all over the house so that we do a new interpretation of something that maybe they had in an upstairs bedroom. And that is reinventing for them and giving them a fresh look, a new look with something maybe that they never imagined.
Okay. Tell us about what would be really popular right now in design. You worked with some clients so far. I know you started up recently. What has been the hot trend, so to say?
I think because people are so busy today, it's comfort, you know, and when you go through the day and you are from like 6 o'clock in the morning until 6 o'clock or 7 in the evening and you come home, you want a place that's serene and welcoming and comfortable, and it's your space. And it really kind of helps you just slough off the crummy details, you know, of living when you come into something that you can use totally, not just naturally relax, but it affects your psyche also. But one of the things that today that we have to consider is electronics. You know, everybody has multiple electronics in their homes, and people, you know, you can actually integrate those into it aesthetically into the room without, and still have it beautiful without the intrusion of all this electronic stuff. And because people depend on that 24/7.
Right, they want to have their TV in their living room now. A lot of people like to mount it on the wall, but it doesn't need to be sticking out of the wall with wires going everywhere. You find a way to make it really work in that room, in that
aesthetically,
space.
so that it is aesthetically pleasing to have that. It's convenient. You know, we want to make it convenient first of all, because when you're tired and you're home and you need to use that, you know, equipment
at the end of the day,
right?
Yeah.
You don't want to have to fuss with it. You want it to be easily accessible, but it's nice to have it aesthetically beautiful also. I mean, we've done things where we hang a wall of pictures maybe over a desk, and then right there we have a monitor. You know, you can put it on the wall and then pull out the drawer, and there's a keyboard, and it's easy. So, and it just looks like a framed, you know, not a picture per se, but it's integrated in that
space.
Right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Tell us about the property we're at here. This home, you've redone it. We are in a sunroom on the back of the house that before you were telling me that this room wasn't used a whole lot by your client, but now you've turned it into a really workable, welcoming space.
Well, what we did, when we came to this house, all of this furniture in this room was pushed up against the wall. It was mainly just a traffic area to the deck. So, I mean, it literally, everything was against the wall. And so what we did was, as you can see behind me, we divided the room. They needed the desk. They needed to be able to utilize the desk, the copier, all the equipment that you see that's behind the sofa on the desk. So they have two areas in here now, plus the seating area is a lot warmer. It's easier to converse, you know, you're closer together, so there's more of an intimacy within the room instead of just like, he's over there and she's over there, you know.
The first time that the gentleman came in, the homeowner, and he walked in this room, he said, well, now we'll use this room. So it's, you know,
they saw the difference.
He saw a big difference, yeah.
And that's one of the things that you both do. You
Right.
bring that sense of purpose to different rooms that people couldn't, may have not been able to see before.
Right.
We like to think we're doing that.
Yeah.
Sandy, I wanted to touch again on one important point. How are you different than a regular furniture and design company?
The difference that we make, you know, for our client is that, you know, we're going everywhere and looking. And like in this particular client's home, she wanted us to, you know, redesign what she owned, but she also had set aside a little budget that she had saved, you know, for us to go out and shop for some things for her home.
Okay.
And we use their money like we would want them to use our money. We're going to stretch your dollar, and we're going to go find you the very best deal possible. In the den area, in the living room, and that's in the other room in there, a perfect example is that rug that's on the floor. She wanted a natural rug. And so we started looking, and we looked everywhere for a rug. And they're really pricey. We even went online, and we looked and we looked. We went everywhere, high and low, looking for a rug. We finally found one at a great steal for her. And matter of fact, when we found it and we were in the room, it was hanging, and I told Roseanne, I said, you go get somebody to get this rug down, because I am not leaving it because nobody else is coming here and getting this rug. So that's the difference that we're gonna be for a client. We're gonna go everywhere and get you the very best price possible for your need in your home.
That's fantastic to know that y'all go the extra mile.
We
for
really
a customer.
will.
You don't just stick with the one or two suppliers that some designers may have. You search high and low, every corner from everywhere.
We do.
That's awesome.
The thing is, I didn't mean to interrupt, it's basically the bottom line is we love to make things pretty. I mean, that is just, we love pretty things and we love to make things pretty. It's like a rush when we do that. So
and it's important.
Yeah.
If it wasn't important, we wouldn't be looking outside at the beauty that God's created. It is important.
Absolutely.
And it makes a difference in how you feel, when you're surrounded.
Your well-being. It's like on the back of our business card. We talk about that.
Right.
It's important to your well-being, what type of home you come home to. And that's very relevant to our lives.
Home should feel like home.
It should, and be comfortable.
Okay, tell our viewers how they can get in touch with you.
Well, you can reach us by phone. My number is 910-269-7129.
910-233-3223.
And then we have a website that you can go to. It's thedesigninggirlsandcompany.com. And it's all spelled out. And we also have a Facebook page that they can check us out.
Okay,
learn
so
more
you're on
about
social
us.
media. You can, so that way our viewers can keep in touch with you and see what y'all are doing out there.
Right.
Okay, thank you, Sandy and
Yes.
Roseanne, so much for being on the show. It was great meeting you.
Well, we appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
We are ATMC TV, Channel 3 and HD Channel 910, your community channel.
I'm at Summerlin Farms and Produce in Holden Beach. I'm with David and Fallon Summerlin. Thank you so much for being on Brunswick Biz today.
Thanks for being here.
So y'all opened up last year. So David, tell me about how you got started in the produce business.
I got started in the produce business in Salisbury, North Carolina. I worked with a tomato farm under a crop scientist. I did a 3-year apprenticeship with them and then moved on to work for another outfit in Brunswick County, and exactly 1 year ago was given the opportunity to break out on our own, and that's what we did, and we've been here ever since.
Okay, Fallon, how about you?
I met David a couple years ago, and he was working for the other company, and he was getting out, and we decided to come together and open this, and we found this location and we loved it, and we worked very hard to get it going, and here we are.
Okay, so this building used to be a nursery, if I'm correct.
This is the old Clayton's Lawn and Garden Center, and that's how most people know it.
Okay, so y'all have completely transformed the inside. I know you were telling me that last year y'all just operated outside, but
Yes,
this
sir.
past winter you completely redone the inside, and it's a gorgeous, clean, organized farmer's market.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
So I was impressed when I came in. Everything's organized. You can see all your product. So tell us about what you specialize in and what's in season in May.
In May, in southeastern North Carolina and eastern North Carolina, and even in the Piedmont, the biggest thing you're picking now is strawberries. You start picking strawberries around the 1st of April, and there's other things, like now we have turnips and all kinds of greens, and you have green onions. We work closely with other local farmers to get things that we don't grow, like strawberries. We work with people like Kelly and David Holden. Waddell and Jody Clemens are a huge help to us. Mr. Benny Ludlam, Billy and Kathy Ingram, lots of help.
So it's all
Huge
local
help.
people, local farmers, and it's all fresh. I know when we pulled up here, you were out there taking all this stuff off the truck and bringing it inside. So everything in here, and you also have some other produce that it may not come from North Carolina just because of how the market is and how things go, but it's still all fresh and fresher than what you get in the grocery store, right?
It is. You know, most of your produce from April to May, a lot of it's coming out of South Florida, especially in April. April, 1st of April is when you start seeing things come out of South Florida. Before that, it's going to be from Mexico or South America. But we do work closely with some big produce pack houses in Columbia, South Carolina. One in particular of which farms in South Florida all the way up through Florida and in Georgia. So we're still able to get produce from them that may only be that was picked the day before, and then we've got it here within 48 hours of it being picked. So, you know, we're still trying to get you the freshest produce available here.
Which is really great for people who want to know where their food's coming from. They can come in here and ask you, and you know where it's coming from.
We can pinpoint exactly where it came from.
Which is really big. Yes. I know people are doing that now. They want to know where is their food coming from. Is it fresh? So, but produce is not only the thing that you have here. You have all kinds of other products. Tell us about them.
We have fresh eggs, for example. We raise, I don't know, we have anywhere from 60 to 70 chickens.
I know that's your specialty.
Yeah, I love my chickens.
Yeah, loves her chickens, yeah.
But yeah, we have fresh eggs, and I can tell you just about who laid the eggs. So we get them out the coop and bring them right straight here. So people love our eggs, you know, they really do.
I know you have fresh jams and jellies that are canned.
We do. We have fresh jams and jellies. They come from Elizabethtown, North Carolina. We have all kinds of stuff. We have, you know, lots of pork products over there. We have Amish butter.
Cheese from Ashe County.
Cheeses from Ashe County.
Okay.
Organic bread.
Breads. I mean, you know, we have a lot of people come from all over for that bread right there. It's fresh made down in Southport.
Yep.
And one of our biggest things there is our muscadine slushy. People come from all over after that.
On the Facebook page and on the website, it's all over there. I can't wait to try one. We're gonna get one here in a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and then you also have some other beverages. You have a beverage cooler that has all kinds of interesting drinks.
We do. Blenheim's ginger ale is one of the biggest ones.
Okay.
You know,
tell me more about the ginger ale. I know I saw that one on the website too, and I was looking it up.
It's originally from Blenheim, South Carolina. It's made from pure spring water. We have three. There's a hot, a regular, and a diet. And the hot is very gingery, and it's just a very fresh tasting ginger ale.
There are a lot of things that you just can't find in your local grocery store here. I know. Tell me about the soaps. I know you have soaps, fresh-made soaps.
Yeah, we've got some organic soaps, also some soy candles that are made in the state, and they were just made. She shipped them to us. Actually, we got them in a couple days ago. Wow. We also have local honey that we get from Mr. Terry Pate up off of 130. Okay. He's got tons of bees, and very proud to have his honey. We have local molasses from North Carolina.
What about the boiled peanuts?
We do. We have fresh boiled peanuts. We do boil our own peanuts here.
Okay.
And you know, they're great salty boiled peanuts. You can't beat them.
Okay. Do you know where they're from? Are they local, or are they from?
They're local when they're available local. In this area, they're not available until usually late August, early September.
Oh, okay.
So they're kind of like a lot of other produce. They start out in Florida and come up the coast.
I also saw key lime pies. There's a lady out of Wilmington that makes those, and you have them here. So tell us about those.
Miss Sylvia Lim makes the key lime pies, and they are, you know, they're delicious. They're just the best key lime pie I've ever had, and we're happy to have it here.
Well, all kinds of amazing, unique items, all here at Summerlin Farms and Produce in Holden Beach. Tell our viewers where they can find you and how they can get in touch with you.
Okay, we are at 2811 Holden Beach Road in Holden Beach, or Supply, either one would get you here.
Supply address, but
sure,
it's near Holden Beach.
That's right. And we are on Facebook, Summerlin Farms and Produce, and we do try to keep it up to date. We try to post every couple days if we're getting something new or fresh in. Or you can call us at 910-842-4444.
All right, thank you so much, David and Fallon.
Thank you.
For letting us come by and check out your produce shop.
Yes, sir, thank you. Thanks for being here.
We hope you've enjoyed this month's show. Do you have a question, comment, or suggestion for us on Brunswick Biz? We want to hear from you. Visit atmctv.com or call us at 755-1770. I'm Nathan Evers, reminding you to shop local, and we'll see you next month on Brunswick Biz, connecting Brunswick County one business at a time. Stay connected with your community channel. Like ATMC TV on Facebook today.